Radar confirms an unauthorized incursion in Jersey coastal airspace. Contact is large, with deliberate, steady intent towards the shore.
Such confidence was admirable, if entirely misplaced. The virus had already breached the outer defenses.
What appears as a lone carrier on the radar is, in reality, a formidable strike group.
This is the USS Dwight D.
The USS Eisenhower maintains the center position, flanked by the destroyers USS Gravely and USS Stout.
The vertical launch system houses a formidable payload. We have the SM-2, the SM-6, and of course, the Tomahawk.
With its advanced systems, the Hawkeye provides a complete 360-degree view.
At 400 feet, the USS New Mexico moves silently through the deep scattering layer, a silent hunter in the abyss.
While the enemy sees only a lone blip, the carrier group operates within a sophisticated web of networked sensors and layered weapons.
The countdown initiated, signaling the critical phase of the incursion.
The USS Eisenhower holds position precisely 240 nautical miles off the coast, deliberately remaining outside the
projection hovers, a stark reminder that the blade need not strike to enforce its will.
With the USN group positioned here, Admiral Ramirez understood the gravity of the situation. The next 48 hours would determine the fate of the nation.
When arrayed against the power of the United States, the scale tips decisively. The mathematical reality is stark, 50-1.
A decisive move, yet carefully restrained. The Venezuelan fleet maneuvers into position.
The Petrel-class patrol boat, seen here leaving La Guaira, displaces 170 tons and is designed for rapid offshore interception. Equipped with a formidable 76mm main gun and the rapid-fire AK-630 CIWS, these are the systems that are clearly visible.
The E-2D Hawkeye provides unmatched tactical awareness. Here we see the immediate classification.
The U.S. Airplane detects incoming radar emissions from rats from the patrol vessels.
The Hawkeye system tracks the patrol boats along the coast, but the maritime activity is merely a diversion.
Developed by Russia, the Su-30 Mk2 is the cornerstone of Venezuelan air defense. Their rapid deployment capability is unmatched in the region. The Su-30, a formidable adversary in the skies, armed with the R-77 missile, boasting an impressive engagement range of up to 100 and
Operation Sovereignty Patrol, the simulated strike profile, remaining just outside the 80-kilometer exclusion zone. Return to base, mission accomplished.
The flanker's path was precise, calculated for a passive defense. Yet,
14:30 hours. 2 inbound contacts detected on a high-angle trajectory. Status escalated to hostile. The air boss maintained visual confirmation.
Hostile contact bearing 175. Range 185 nautical miles. Speed 480 knots.
The catapult launch subjects the pilot to immense accelerated G-force.
the arsenal includes the formidable AM-120D, offering long-range engagement.
Despite the advanced technology surrounding them, the critical factor remains the human element. It is the pilot's skill.
The incoming Su-30 threat is met by a rapid scramble. The Super Hornets execute a high-G climbing turn, swiftly.
The Super Hornet's AES radar utilizes a low-energy, multi-frequency beam. It establishes a precise
As the mechanical radar sweeps, its powerful beam instantly triggers the threat warning system. The AESA Houghton.
The radar remains silent, yet the absence of a signal offers no comfort. This is the strategic impact of
The 2 patrol boats are clearly visible on the waterfall display. Yet, beneath the noise, a faint, intermittent signal.
On batteries, the diesel presents a near-silent acoustic signature. The nuclear submarine, however, contends with a constant noise.
To run its engines, the submarine must surface and vent. This critical mistake creates a massive acoustic bloom.
And then, Through the cacophony of the deep ocean noise, he heard it. The distinct signature of
Range 14 nautical miles. Depth 200 feet. Speed 4 knots. Assessment failing.
Maintaining formation, the Venezuelan patrol boats slow to a tactical stop in the open ocean. Time is 09:08.
In this sector, the strategic imperative is presence, not interception. The patrol follows a strict grid.
Due to the Earth's curvature, the aircraft carrier is completely hull down. Only the very top of
the Aegis system aboard the USS Gravely emits powerful, focused pulse. Instantly.
The Combat Information Center of the USS Gravely is the brain of the ship. Here, the crew monitors hundreds,
Integrating complex data streams into a single, unified tactical picture. When everything is connected, command is absolute.
The Su-30s maintain a tight, predictable formation deep within the engagement zone. Suddenly, they diverge sharply.
The wingman, Aircraft B, executes a sharp, coordinated brake toward waist, rapidly gaining altitude.
Recognizing the deviation required expert analysis of the raw data.
All units, be advised, declaring Su-30 hostile. Intercept authorization requested.
The Su-30's unexpected maneuver allows it to reach this high-altitude picket position. From here,
The Super Hornet was already there, a silent guardian positioned to counter the move, demonstrating definitive superiority.
The lead Super Hornet ignites its afterburners, initiating a steep, graceful climb. This decisive action
The Super Hornets establish immediate air superiority by blocking the climbing Su-30 and screening the second.
At 09:32, exactly, the radar warning receiver lit up. The squadron had flown directly into an ambush.
Once the Hornets established position, the outcome was inevitable. They had nowhere left to run.
In that moment, he recognized the futility of continued confrontation.
Atención, retirada. Repito, retirada inmediata.
The Sukhois disengage, executing a wide, professional turn. The Super Hornets hold station,
Mission accomplished. The synchronized departure demonstrates not aggression, but absolute control and tactical superiority. While the immediate threat receded, Captain Ramirez understood that in this theater, disengagement often masked a deeper strategy.
This was more than just a naval deployment. It was a strategic repositioning that signaled a new era in Caribbean power dynamics.
The Growlers provide a non-kinetic option. We transmit powerful electronic signals designed to
The Growler package holds position at the 40-mile line. Immediately, a powerful surge of electronic warfare energy
In a matter of seconds, the entire Valen defense and coastal surveillance.
Electronic attack assessment. The S-300 array is compromised. Long-range coastal radar is inert.
For 8 seconds, the spectrum is denied. At 000, clarity returns. A precise demonstration of total domain control. The disruption is over. The Growlers, having demonstrated their non-violent capability, return to the carrier group. No physical harm was done.
The true power of electronic dominance isn't the explosion, it's the silence of the enemy's senses. He is armed, yet neutralized.
The coordinated American counteroffensive was devastatingly effective. Every move anticipated, every asset neutral.
Every move anticipated, every asset neutralized.
1,015 hours. A critical error in energy management has left the Venezuelan submarine powerless. The commander must now choose their fate.
The dilemma was clear. Sink now or risk the snorkel. The commander, logically, chose to rise.
The USS New Mexico maintains its position, shadowing the unsuspecting vessel. The distance, precise.
The sudden signature of diesel engines provided an immediate contact.
Utilizing the acoustic transient, the USS New Mexico.
The USS New Mexico, a silent hunter in the deep.
Helm,
Ascent to periscope depth.
A display of dominance, positioning for the decisive move. The true objective was not to destroy the target, but to instill terror. To let them know, unequivocally, that they were being watched.
The signature is unmistakable. We are looking at a massive displacement hull, likely a Typhoon class.
The ghost has awakened. Consider this an announcement of our absolute power.
The sonarman's readings indicated a high-speed contact, an impossibility at this depth.
Emergency dive!
The dive was a futile gesture. Impact is imminent.
The confrontation ended precisely at 1100. Both vessels reversed course and began the journey back to the coast.
For the Americans, the morning's events were a minor distraction, not a crisis.
The balance of power, long contested, has finally shifted. Washington's influence now outweighs that of Korea.
This is no longer a transit or a training exercise. This is deployment posture. We are here to stay. As demonstrated, any aggressive maneuvering, whether naval or aerial, is met with an immediate and overwhelming response.
While traditional transit requires several days at sea, a forward-deployed carrier can respond in minutes.
In just 48 hours, the Eisenhower executed 180 sorties, a display of unmatched operational.
As we traverse the patrol route, the electronic landscape comes into focus. Each color represents a distinct frequency. We're looking for precise adherence to the timing and geometry parameters. The Su-30 emulation provides a robust tracking challenge before the simulated launch.
The Seahawk deploys its dipping sonar precisely within the known patrol zone. It arrived there, quite coincidentally, exactly on the established flight path.
The USS New Mexico conducts systematic rehearsals along the Venezuelan coast.
As of December 6th, our assets had achieved full spectrum dominance over the Venezuelan theater. The intelligence grid is now fully operational.
Satellite imagery confirms active radar at Sector Gamma 7. The naval base schematic details docking procedures. The target set represents the culmination of intelligence gathering, translating raw data into concrete military objectives.
This is the feedback loop of self-exposure.
The moment the radar activates or the patrol boat leaves port,
this illustrates the fundamental law of modern geopolitics. The act is immediately followed by exposure.
The small orb chose inertia. The larger entity expanded its sphere of influence unopposed.
December 8th marked a significant shift in the ongoing maritime dispute. The venue changed from the tense standoff at sea.
The American position is unequivocal, not negotiable.
Eisenhower's presence here is no accident. It is a calculated move in the ongoing diplomatic exchange. A silent...
A new track, originating from the Venezuelan coast, has established a direct course for the carrier group. It has been...
The aircraft's official search and rescue designation is, theoretically, contradicted by this advanced sensor turret and surface radar.
At a steady 12,000 feet, the aircraft is technically compliant. But this precision itself is the tactic.
At the 15-mile mark, the Hornets execute a textbook intercept, smoothly sliding into a non-threatening formation alongside the contact.
This was more than just an intercept. It was a calculated display of presence, a silent message delivered wingtip to wingtip.
Maintained at a precise 500 feet, this is the strange reality of aerial encounters. Both sides engaged. The glowing line represents the legal boundary, one neither aircraft will physically cross. Yet, as the
age of decisive victory is over. We are entering a new era, one defined not by war or peace.
From December 8th to the 10th, we observed a new pattern. Venezuelan assets, both air and naval.
Caracas has diversified its probing tactics, utilizing fast patrol boats, aggressive Su-30 intercepts, stealth submarine deployments, and sophisticated radar sweeps.
The response was immediate and overwhelming. A destroyer intercepts,
and FA-18 screens the aggressor. Every action perfect.
The actual scenario demonstrates successful de-estion, maintaining a safe distance.
We track the vessel, but refuse to escalate. It is a subtle display of dominance, guiding their hand away from the red.
As the visualization shows, the impact reverberates throughout the region. This is not a bilateral confrontation.
The governments of Colombia, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago, and Jamaica are monitoring the situation closely.
The new phase of operations begins. Logistics. Sustaining the fleet requires synchronization measured in mere.
Synchronization is key during an UN rep. The USNS Arctic must maintain a precise course while the full spectrum of logistical support, from fuel to food, allows these ships to operate indefinitely.
Tracking the resupply operation allowed analysts in Caracas determine the fleet's consumption rate, revealing...
The carrier, fully restocked, continues its mission, demonstrating a logistical capability that... The removal of the old map symbolizes a fundamental shift. The Carrier Strike Group is no longer a temporary deployment.
As the Carrier Strike Group sails confidently into the Caribbean, it signals an era of unmatched maritime dominance and unwavering global presence.
It was December 15th when the waterfall array picked up the anomaly, a sophisticated new encryption pattern, unlike anything we'd seen before.
The AI has processed the incoming data streams. We have identified key patterns and decrypted the primary signal.
The harbor at La Guaira is still. The Venezuelan patrol boats remain tied to the docks, showing no signs of activity.
A significant de-escalation is underway. The jets are quiet, and the critical submarine tracks have vanished.
The mood was one of grim acceptance.
Therefore, Minister, our analysis concludes that continued operations are futile.
This new strategy is twofold. Firstly, conserving their remaining resources by drastically reducing operations. And secondly,
the absence of activity off the coast of Venezuela is no accident. It is the direct result of synchronized deterrence and information dominance.
As demonstrated here, the integration of theater command across the Southern Caribbean allows for unparalleled domain awareness.
Sustained presence reaches 17 days. With the mission profile adapting, the battle group maintains its relentless operational tempo through the night.
The mission focus has shifted. High-altitude combat air patrols against state actors are contrasted with law enforcement-style operations.
Exercise Phoenix saw the Seahawk deploy against simulated high-speed threats, followed by the Poseidon conducting advanced persistent surveillance over key maritime arteries.
We can operate here. We control maritime activity in this region.
The rendezvous point is here.
This new U.S. presence has completely disrupted the operational landscape for non-state actors across the region.
This new integration capability ensures total coverage of the maritime domain. No vessel can enter or leave the area undetected. The new American surveillance umbrella has rendered these safe havens unusable. Any attempt to move through the crossed-out zones...
December 23rd, what began as a routine patrol suddenly shifted.
Bridge, combat, contact bearing 090.
The Legend-class cutter, USCGC Stone. 6 miles north of the Venezuelan coast, the Stone detects up.
These vessels, known as go-fast boats, are the primary method for moving illicit cargo through the Caribbean corridor.
At 28 knots, the cutter cannot close the gap. The go-fast boat, traveling at 4.5.
Not today.
This specialized Coast Guard atlet is trained for high-risk maritime operations. They are currently holding an 8-minute intercept timeline.
The Seahawk reached the intercept point with only seconds to spare, successfully blocking the go-fast boat before it could cross into territorial waters.
The pursuit concludes. Trapped between the air asset and the approaching cutter, the suspects have no recourse.
The interdiction phase concluded rapidly. In just 34 minutes and 12 seconds, the team had secured the vessel and recovered all illicit cargo.
The successful interdiction demonstrates the critical role of the carrier group, integrating specialized teams to project decisive power far from shore.
A traditional response is slow and intermittent. But with the carrier, surveillance is persistent, overlapping.
The shift was immediate and profound. On December 28th, the Eisenhower Group
53 days on station redefined the strategic geometry. As the Ike departs, the Washington ensures our indefinite presence remains the new normal.